So I'm here with Ellis Barboza, who's living and training out of Fairtex now. And you've had quite an impressive 2023. We're going to dig into that a little bit. But first of all, since we're here at Fairtex, can you just talk a little bit about, what is it that drew you here? And how has that experience been, since this is like the hub and one of the most well-known and respected brands in Muay Thai?
Yeah, it was obviously Fairtex is the most renowned name probably in the combat sports. I've always wanted to train in Thailand, and I got an opportunity through Sam, who's the owner of the factory at Youth, to come along and train, which I did in April, and then Mr. Wong gave me 2 fights, and after that, because I got 2 wins, he said he'd like to support me and have me here under the Fairtex banner and represent the team.
Yeah.
So to train here under him is like a big thing, because he's one of the pioneers of the sport, So to have his watchful eye and making sure I'm doing things right is like a compliment, I'd say.
Was it daunting? Was it challenging? Did it add new dimensions to your experience as someone that's training at the highest level? Yeah,
I would say so. Like the work rate here is a lot higher in Thailand. Every session's like almost 3 hours, so you get more work done. So it took some time to adjust to that, but not too long. And then now it's just become normal. Like being on this under this sort of gym is everything I've sort of visualized. So now it's here. It just feels normal to me, to be fair.
Yeah, and you got champions, and not top ranked contenders like Samapech, you got Smida, you got Stamp.
Exactly.
Does that help inspire you and motivate you to know that you're training alongside fellow champions?
Yeah, like when you walk down here every morning, you see the belts, the pictures of the fighters and the achievements. Yeah. That's just a nice push before you go to training, like to say that this can be done for you as well. And when you're alongside champions training, you can sort of pick things up from watching them and know, okay, if he's pushing like that, I need to do the same, because I want to go where he's going, already is, you know what I mean?
So what is it about your early years and your upbringing that inspired you to take this path and to be the man that you are today?
Yeah, so when I grew up, we didn't have much as a family. Like my mom did everything she could to make sure me and my sister was okay. Yeah. That sort of built a drive in me just with everything, like business and fighting. When I first started fighting, it wasn't like, I didn't take it serious at first, it was just a hobby. And then as soon as I started to get good at it and win fights, I got caught onto that buzz. And that hunger to sort of become the best just excelled, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and so let's speak about one of your entrepreneurial aspects, the Muay Thai Magic. It's a channel that I think it's just surpassed 400,000 followers.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and what is the motivation behind that channel? I know you have this want to help fighters and to inspire people, so can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it started small. I wanted to build a platform around my passion, which was fighting, and I realised after a while that it's when you start posting and building the following, it's a way of giving back to the fighters. So when the following started to grow, my idea was just to keep pushing that and then build a platform where fighters in Muay Thai can be seen, because before Muay Thai wasn't popular, so you need platforms like this media for the sport to progress it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what's the feedback and support like for the channel?
It's crazy. When I went back to England, I saw MTM everywhere, but because I've been abroad for 3 years, I didn't realise, So it's surreal to see that when I go back. And the reactions are really good. We have a lot of support, a lot of fighters that wear the brand, and they represent, and they're always winning and pushing. It's really good to see.
So you have probably one of your biggest fights coming up next week against Tongpoon, and it's a culmination of a successful 23 that really has projected you to this platform and to this moment. Can you just quickly summarise, what was 2023 like for you and your journey to one?
Yeah, I've had a good 2023. I came off some hard fights last year, and then I took the time to make some adjustments, and then I came to Fairtex in April, had 2 fights in Lumpini, one by first round stoppage, and then a good performance against a Thai.
Yeah.
Then I went to the UK to win the WBC, came back, and then won on Super Champ. So 4 wins since basically I've been under Fairtex. So I think Mr. Wong seeing that and Prem has allowed them to push me to one.
Yeah. So what is it about training here that has it changed? What has it added to your game?
I'd say my work rate has definitely gone up because the sessions are much longer. You got more. The facility is amazing, so you can get. There's no excuse to get everything done here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the clinch and the sparring for me is amazing here. Like I'm with Thai guys that are my weight and Lumpini champs. I've never had that in my life, so that's only going to make me better.
Yeah. And without giving too much away, when we often hear the term game plan.
Yeah.
Is that something that you work on, or is it you work on all your elements so that you can adapt and you can go with the flow, or is there actually a game plan that the coaches work with you here?
I wouldn't say there is a game plan, but it's more shots I think will work, and I'll study the opponent and I'll see what their strengths are first, what their weaknesses are, my strengths and weaknesses, how their strengths can cause a problem to me, and then I make that adjustment, fix that problem, and then when I go into the fight I feel ready. 100%.
So are you the underdog going into this fight?
I'd say on paper I am, but in my head I'm definitely not.
Yeah, because quite often I see, in some of the fights we've been watching of you recently, you're either the underdog or you're walking out first, right? And still coming away with the victories. So are you more comfortable coming out as the underdog? Does it add additional pressure to you if you're favourite?
I wouldn't say, I wouldn't even say I feel the pressure. I think, if you're the favourite, there's sometimes pressure to perform. So when you're the underdog, it's like everything to gain from the situation. That's how I've seen this fight, because on paper people think, how will he be in that fight? But that shows if I win, there's loads to gain from it, because he's got a big name, so I want to take that from him.
Yeah. And just the mindset in a fight camp, for you, where are your main areas of mental challenge? Because I'm very interested in that mindset and the challenges facing fighters. Is it more the motivation to wake up and push yourself every day to do the extensive training here, or is it more the nerves on the night before, or is it in the fight you feel that you can't perform at your best? Where in that journey do you find that you struggle the most? I
think as a fighter we have elements of all of that, but the main one is I want to make sure that I'm outworking my opponent. That's always in my head. Is he working harder than me? Because hard work always pays, so every day I just try to make sure I'm pushing as much as I can, so I can say he ain't worked as hard as me, he ain't done as much as me. That gives you confidence when you go to the ring. Obviously everyone has their doubts every now and then. You think, am I ready for this? But you just kill it with hard work, and then I feel good going into the fight.
And do you have any contemplative mindfulness meditation practice? Have you ever dipped your toe in that? And
see, I'm into that as well. I've always visualized. I've visualized the good and the bad, how I'll react to if I'm in the worst case scenario, and then also thinking about me being on top and winning. That's essential, because then you go to the fight and you feel like you've been there before. I've had that, and things happen how you want. It's definitely a thing I do every day.
So now that you've been out, how long have you been out here now in Fairtex?
Coming up to 6 months now. So I came in April. Now we're in November. So
we're in November.
Yeah.
So let's look slightly ahead, past the fight in 2024. Given your stint in Dubai, then returning to the UK, and now committing half of a year here at Fairtex, what do you see the 2024 looking like for you?
2024, I want to keep beating the big names. I want to get a WBC title under my belt, the world, and then I believe one championship will make the rankings for the straw weight, which isn't out at the minute, and I just want to tick them names off, get to the title. I've got a 6-fight contract, so by that 5th or 6th fight I want to have the title. That's my plan.
Lovely. So one final question we love to ask at the end. Given your kind of mission and your vision with the Muay Thai Magic and your own personal journey as a fighter, what matters most to you?
I want to provide for my family. That's the main thing. I want to give back to my family and make sure we're comfortable, and that's with fighting and business. Fighting, I want to have my name at the top. It's like legacy. Money is something, but it's not everything. You want to I want to have my name there, so when I retire, people know I was the best. And with Muay Thai Magic, that's a passion project, to be honest. That's me giving back to the sport, because it's a sport I love. So with that, anything I can do to grow the sport, grow the fighters under my belt, I'm going to do that.
All right, so just quickly, where can we find, what's the ats on your socials?
Get me on Instagram, at Ellis Barboza. at Muay Thai Magic,
Yeah.
and also check out my YouTube channel as well, Ellis Barboza Muay Thai.
All right, mate. All the best for next week.
Nice one, brother.
All right, wicked.
Is that okay?